For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy FC24 coins, check out MMOEXP.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at the checkout for 5% off your order. Yes then YouTube, the 4222, but first drop this video a like for me. And if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So you are going to want to use balanced on the defensive start 100% in the 4222. Like I've said in a lot of my more recent videos actually on the custom tactics. I don't know if any of you agree actually, let me know in the comment section down below. I really feel like a lot of the pressure tactics have been nerfed, but at the same time, if you're then not using the 71 depth, which of course is a pressure tactic, but you don't lose stamina, it's just completely done. Like pressure on every touch, I feel it drains your stamina now so quickly, like way too quickly than we need it to happen. Press after possession loss as well. I really don't like press after possession loss one bit. I don't think it's very good at all, and if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section down below, because you know I love to hear your opinions, especially when I'm using a formation like a 4-2-2, which by the way, I absolutely love the 4-2-2. But I really feel like you only need to use balance on the defensive style. A balanced style where your team presses the ball to the middle of the pitch and your team shape is neutral. Now, with the defensive width, if any of you don't know what this latest patch has done, it's kind of made the byline meta get patched, but not completely nerfed into the ground. So on the previous patch, when we are running down the byline and you know we're cutting back with the RBX or the R1X or whatever it is on Xbox, it probably had around about like a 80 to 90% success rate. Like it really did work a lot of the time, whereas now on the latest patch, I'd probably say the success rate with the byline meta and the cutbacks is probably around about 40 to 50%. So because of that, we need to start defending the middle of the pitch a lot better, which means we do need to go quite narrow on our defensive width. So I've gone down to 43 in a 4-2-2 with the defensive width. This just means that we are a little bit defensively solid in the middle of the pitch, and we are harder to break down. I'm really liking that kind of like happy medium when I'm using like a 40 to 50 defensive width at the minute. I want to go more narrow, making us nice and compact in the middle of the pitch. Now, the defensive depth, YouTube, if any of you have seen my more recent videos, you probably know what I'm about to say. There are two options with the defensive depth. Now, option number one is the option that I use, and you should only use this if you are A, playing on new gen at the start, and B, if you also are okay at defending. And that is, of course, the 71 depth. If any of you don't know what the 71 depth does, when we lose the ball, our team will automatically press and automatically offside trap up the pitch. But like if you were to use like a pressure on every touch and press after possession loss, your players' staminas would be absolutely drained and dead by half time. The 71 depth doesn't drain your stamina at all. It's kind of like a little bit of a glitch in the code, and it's why I use it. It is so overpowered and so broken. But there is a but. If you are playing on old gen or you're playing on new gen but you struggle defensively, I would actually recommend a 60 defensive depth in the 4-2-2. We can be a little bit more aggressive with our defensive depth because we do actually have two CDMs rather than two central midfielders, which does mean we can afford to be a little bit more aggressive with our defensive depth because we've got more defensive support. So 60 defensive depth if you are on old gen or you struggle defensively. 71 depth if you are anyone else. The build-up, playing chance creation, I'm going to go into zero detail of that, YouTube. It is balanced with direct passing. Use and abuse it. Trust me. Now, the offensive width. There's a few things you can do with this, but the thing that I'm having the most success with at the moment in the 4-2-2 is actually going a little bit more narrow. Only ever so slightly to 47. You will see why with a couple of player instructions that I do in a minute. That I don't want to go too narrow, but at the same time I do want to go a little bit more narrow than I am in the 4-2-2 anyway. So that's why I've gone with the 47 offensive width. It's really working for me at the minute. I really like it. Players in the box, of course, is going to be 7. The way I look at that, YouTube, is, of course, like I say in all my videos, the more players we have in the box, the more likely we are to score a goal. It's so simple when you break it down like that. 2 corners and 2 free kicks like so. Custom tactics done. Player instruction time now. You already know, YouTube, if any of you have seen any of my videos on a Connor Woolf custom tactics video, what my strikers are probably going to be on in a Connor Woolf tactics video. So, of course, to start things off, stay central and getting behind on both the strikers, your absolute bread and butter. But I do understand when you are using a 2-striker formation, if you don't want both the strikers to be on the same thing, which I completely understand, I would play the slower player out of the two strikers on mixed attack. Because sometimes they'll make runs in behind, but other times they will kind of come to feet and kind of like play as that shadow striker. I really do enjoy having both the strikers though on stay central and getting behind. I really do. And then the comeback on defence does just make us more defensively solid. That is actually a defensive move, but at the same time, you can use it as kind of like an offensive move, because I want this gap here between my two CDMs and my two strikers to be closed off as much as possible, so that when my CDMs get the ball, there isn't a massive gap to my two strikers. The RAM is only on 2-player settings, so come back on defence, making us just more defensively solid, harder to break down, you know, the drill, and the getting to the box for cross. That is so important, the getting to the box for cross. Having at least one or both of your cams on getting to the box for cross does just give us more offensive support, and just we will score more goals. The way I say it, like with the player in box, player instruct, the custom tactics at the start of the video, the more players that we have in the box, the more likely we are to score a goal, because the ball is going to land to our feet for a rebound and stuff like that. The Lamb is actually on a different player instruction. So to start things off, he is on the same as the Ram in terms of comeback on defence and getting to the box for cross. But this is the game changer, and I've been using this quite a bit now in the 4-2-2 for quite a while. Having the Lamb on free roam is so good. This just means that the Lamb, if you actually read what it says, take a free roll and roam into space to provide a passing option. That means that the Lamb will kind of drift inwards into that number 10 position, or kind of hold the width on the left hand side, just wherever the space is, the Lamb will operate. And it's so good and so overpowered. Because my Lamb is then on free roam, I play with my left-sided CDM on stay back while attacking and cover centre. So that left-sided CDM is like a traditional number 6. Think of it like a Rodri or a Boubacar Kamara. Because then, of course, my left-sided CDM is on stay back while attacking. My right-sided CDM does then have license to get forward. So my right-sided CDM is on balanced attack and cover centre. So my right-sided CDM will push forward up a little bit. Not completely YOLO. He won't go right up next to the two strikers or anything like that. He will just get into the box for cross sometimes and give us a nice attacking outlet. I then play with my right back on stay back while attacking, because, of course, my right-sided CDM is on balanced attack. Both centre backs stay back while attacking, normal interceptions, and stick to position. That is completely default. And then my left back YouTube is on join the attack and overlap. So as my Lamb is on free roam and will sometimes drift inwards, we do then have still that attacking width option with the left back on join the attack and overlap. And that again is then why I have my left sided CDM on stay back while attacking, because of course the left back is bombing on. And then last but not least, my goalkeeper comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there, YouTube, is my brand new updated RTG 4-2-2 custom tactics for you. If you did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Drop it a like for me, and if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.